Now you can listen to Wine and Dine Radio while shopping at the grocery store or your neighborhood wine merchant. Wine and Dine Radio can be heard using your wireless internet on your cell phone. You're listening to iWineRadio. iWineRadio is a production of Food Tastes Better with Wine on the web at iWineRadio.com. Hey guys, I thank you for listening to iWineRadio, and we are still the only wine channel on iTunes Radio. If you go look under iTunes Radio icon and scroll down to News and Talk Directory, and it's listed alphabetically, click on that and the stream comes up immediately. iWineRadio.com, where you can find links to individual guests. And if anyone's interested in advertising or becoming an underwriter or sponsor, please contact us at iWineRadio.com. We really, really appreciate your support. The more support we get, the more conversations I can have with fascinating people around the world, including you. If you have a story to tell that you'd like to share on iWine Radio, go to iWineRadio.com and contact us, and we'll go from there.
Hello, my name is Christina Boutari. I'm the fifth generation of the Boutari family from Greece. We have 6 wineries in Greece and very interesting varietals from Greece, and you can learn more on our website. Visit our website, boutari.gr or boutariwines.com, to find more about exciting wines from Greece.
On May 25th, there is an event in Hollywood called the Gabby Awards, the 2013 Gabby Awards. And the Gabby Awards celebrates Greek North Americans and their accomplishments in the United States. Joining us today on Wine and Dine is Christina Boutari, export manager for Boutari Wines in the Americas and Australia. She is the great-great-granddaughter of Ioannis Boutari, who founded the Boutari Winery in 1879. Her father is the current president and managing director. If you know anything about Greek wines, you know the name Boutari. They've been coming into the United States thanks to Anthony J. Terlato and his company for many, many years. And so I'm very, very pleased to make her acquaintance. And we thank you so very much, Christina. So talk to us about this. You are the, the title, Boutari is the official wine sponsor for the 2013 Gabby Awards. Now talk to us about the Gabby Awards. And as I understand, let me see, it stands for Greek America's Best and Brightest Stars. How long has this association been giving these awards?
So the Gabby Awards, that is the third year, so it's a biannual. It's a biannual event, and this is the third one. The first one was in Chicago, the next one was in New York, and this is the third one.
So what kind of people are going to be receiving Gabby Awards? Are they names that many Americans would be familiar with?
There are some. There might be, yes. There are some people that from the entertainment business. Of course, we are in Hollywood.
Yes.
It's the former president of the Oscars.
Oh, really?
He's Greek.
Okay.
He's Greek American, so he's receiving a Life Achievement Award. Olympia Dukakis is also a very well-known actress. She's Greek. She's not receiving an award. She's receiving her star, actually, in 2 hours at the Boulevard.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So you're going to be there attending that as well?
Yes. Yes. So it's pretty exciting. I think the Gabby Awards are... The Greek American Foundation is the thinking behind all the event of the Gabby Awards.
Okay.
It's Gregory Pappas. He's the president and the mind behind all this, and he's doing a great job, bringing all Greek Americans together and connecting and keeping the connection with Greece, because people want that, and finds the people that achieve the best, and in many different areas like business or entertainment,
yes.
Arts, anything, and awards them for that.
And as I understand, this year, the Gabby Awards will raise funds for the people of Greece, with proceeds benefiting Project Hope for Greece.
That is correct.
That supports sustainable and transparent charities that help people impacted by the country's financial crisis. So many people in the United States are experiencing financial stress and strain. So many people can relate to this, but it's really accentuated, I imagine, what's going on in Greece.
It is. It has been especially the last 2 very difficult years for Greece, and it's still difficult for Greece. The good news is, my belief is that Greece is, and some of the analysts also say that Greece has started slowly we've seen some, positive signs of the economy recovering. It's not yet there. We have some time until we get there, but there are some very positive news from the tourism. So there are a lot of tourists coming in Greece this year, which, as you know, Greece is one of the main revenues for Greece is from the tourism.
Yeah, tourism. Yeah. It makes sense. So how does this, or can you comment on how that has been impacting Boutari wines or the wine industry? Maybe it's not, because the majority of your wines are exported. I don't know.
No, it has. Actually, we export around 50%
only
of
50.
our
Okay.
total production.
Okay.
So there is the other 50 is in Greece.
Okay.
So yes, from the crisis, not only Boutari, but the way that the wine industry has suffered is, especially bottled wine, is because, and quality wine, people have started to spend less, of course.
Yes.
Either because they don't have the money to spend, or they don't want to. They're afraid and they want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
So they don't spend as much as on wine. They don't spend as much going out. So, so there are 2 ways. The on-premise, as we say, business has really suffered, because either people don't go out, or when they go, they actually spend a lot less than they used to.
Yeah.
So if it was a party of 4 and they would get 2 bottles of wine, now they would get 1. Or
right.
You understand what
yes,
I mean?
Totally.
This is how, the good thing is that we have seen a shift. So it's not that they stopped drinking.
Right,
so
right.
we have seen a shift from the on-premise to the off-premise. So Greece traditionally has been a market for wine that's been a lot more on-premise, like in restaurants and outside, like 70% that and 30% buying from the supermarkets or the grocery stores, or liquor stores.
Okay.
So this has been changing now. We've seen a shift towards the off-premise, going to 60-40, for example.
Okay, that makes total sense. And I would imagine that has happened in the United States as well, to some degree, that people are not going out as much and staying home.
Yes.
But
the other thing that has changed is that people now, which is good for us as Boutari, I mean, they don't experiment in Greece. They don't experiment so much, with different things. They want brands that they know they can rely on.
Yes.
They are going to spend that amount of money, but they want to get what they are expecting. They're not as easily experimenting with new things, especially higher priced.
Yeah, makes sense. Totally makes sense. And now, what are you seeing in the United States and in Canada and in South America when you're traveling around? Are people, and even in Australia, are people embracing? I mean, Greek wines are not new to a lot of wine drinkers in the United States, but there are probably more people who don't know or have never had a Moschofilero than people who have.
That is correct. I mean, as Boutari, we have been exporting wines in the U.S., especially for many, many years now. So we have been in the market for some time. But if I'm going to talk for Greek wine in general, what has happened is that a lot of people don't know that Greece produces, high-quality wines. It's not a wine country that somebody just thinks of wine and thinks of Greece. Unfortunately, it has been connected very much with Retsina. The Retsina is a traditional wine of Greece, white wine that is pine raisin is added to the wine.
Yeah.
But which still is, and there is still, a significant share both in Greece and abroad, and it's a specific wine, but that doesn't mean that any wine is like Retsina. And it's a very, peculiar taste, so people might love it or like it, but a lot of people don't like it at all.
Yes.
And the other problem was that either when coming to Greece, people from abroad, or when having wines here, I mean, not all of the wines, but they would have low-quality wines. So they have associated, until recently, Greece with not that quality wine.
Okay.
But this has been changing a lot, which is great. Many new producers are coming also in the market. There's a lot of media coverage on the Greek wine, the varietals. There has been a lot of support from the European Union to the Greek wine sector to promote Greek wine. And we've seen a big shift. People are starting to learn Moschofilero or Assyrtiko from Santorini.
Yeah.
And we're excited about that.
Okay, and you mentioned Assyrtiko. So let me ask you this before we even talk about reds, but with the two whites that you mentioned.
Yes.
For people who have never had these two white grapes before, mm-hmm. Is it unethical to ask you to draw a comparison between, the flavor or the feel in the mouth, the weight between these two grapes, Boutari's wines, and other wines that people might be familiar with?
I would say that the Moschofilero, both of them are unique, indigenous grapes from Greece, but I would say that if somebody likes Pinot Grigio, they would definitely love Moschofilero.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to go to Albarino because it's also another not
grape.
So well-known grape.
Yes.
But Pinot Grigio, much like Moschofilero, is a pink grape. So yes, if it's something to compare, Moschofilero would be Pinot Grigio, but even better.
That's what I was thinking you were going to say. Okay, we're going to go to a short break here, and when we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Christina Boutari, who's the exports manager for Boutari Wines, and her father is the current president managing director. She's in the United States right now because she's serving Boutari wines at the 2013 Gabby Awards. We'll be right back. And we thank you for listening to Wine and Dine. Here's a little bit of interesting information about Christina Boutari. She went to school at the American College of Greece, double majored in psychology and dance. She earned a master's degree from London School of Economics in organizational psychology. And beyond her family's company, her passion is dance. Contemporary dance, improvisation, American-style jazz. Christina, have you ever watched that crazy show on ABC that just finished called Dancing with the Stars?
Yes, I have.
What do you think of that?
I like it. I mean, It's fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
When
yes.
you like dancing, you like those kind of things.
Do you perform? Do you perform at home in Greece or anywhere else?
Not really. Not professionally. Not in any way. I mean, it's my passion. I like dancing, but it's not something that I do as performing.
So some people might go do Zumba or aerobics, and what you do is dance for exercise. And yeah,
that is correct.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, you should put together a dance video that people can join you. Anyway, crazy idea. Okay, so we talked about Moschofilero, and I remember years ago when I had the pleasure of interviewing Anthony J. Terlato, and he made this prediction that the next greatest wine grape variety in the United States would be, in fact, the Moschofilero, and so I learned how to pronounce it at that point. But talk to us now about because the Santorini Island and the wine grape variety called Assyrtiko.
Assyrtiko.
And now, so people know Chardonnay, they know Sauvignon Blanc. So Moschofilero is a grape variety like Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc. I mean, a different grape variety. Assyrtiko is a different grape variety. Talk to us about that wine.
So Assyrtiko is the wines from Santorini are very unique. A lot of people know Santorini because of its as a destination for a vacation. Is one of the top 5 or top 10 destinations of the world for to go, and because it's a very unique island. It's a volcanic island, very nice views. There's black beaches and everything. So and other unique things are the things that grow there. So the only things that grow there are it's very dry. Are wines. Grapes,
and
the Assyrtiko, Aidani, and a few other indigenous varieties from Santorini.
Okay.
Tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, small, and fava beans.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And not olive trees.
Not olive trees in Santorini.
Wow.
No, not in Santorini. So the very unique thing about Santorini is a wine region that was never affected by the phylloxera.
Okay.
Because of its soil, it's sandy and volcanic soil. So you can have vines on Santorini Island that are 3 centuries, 4 centuries old.
Whoa! And people can actually be producing wine from those grapevines?
No, not really. I mean,
okay.
The yields of those vines are really, really...
They're historic references for clonal...
Yes.
Okay.
But they're not. All of them are, the original ones, and then they don't really. They're not rooted in American stocks.
Okay.
So they are very unique vines. And the other unique thing is the way they are shaped. The growers make them. So they make them shaped like baskets. They look like big bird nests. I remember somebody told me that they went to Santorini and they didn't see any vines, and I said they were all over. You just didn't know they were vines. So they're shaped like a basket, like a big bird nest, in order to protect the grapes from the wind and the heat and the sun. So in a sense, it's a natural way to keep the moisture inside and protect the grapes.
Is that the only place in the world where the grapevine is trained that way?
I believe there is another place in the world, but right now I cannot remember the name. But it's definitely very unique. I think it's in Portugal, but I cannot remember the name right now.
Okay. And so the wine tastes like and smells like what?
The wine tastes. So the wines from Santorini are very, very acidic, very high levels of acidity, very mineral. Not as aromatic as Moschofilero. Moschofilero is a very aromatic wine, but more full in the mouth than a Moschofilero. So it's very unique, and you can even taste the saltiness at the end of this wine. It's a great wine for oysters, seafood, anything that needs high acidity. I accompany it with it.
All of a sudden, the name went out my brain, but what is the name of the sherry that is bone dry, high acidity, grown near the Atlantic, and has a little bit of a salty.
Yes, I know what you know.
I forgot. Anyway, somebody will remember and email us. But
yes.
But anyway, so okay, so but it's heavier, or it's weightier in the mouth than that sherry.
No, I wouldn't say it's heavier.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say it's heavier than the sherry. No.
Okay.
It's a dry wine, bone dry white, but it has a, especially when it's fresh, it has a crispiness. It's very, a nice
clean
feel in the mouth. It can age also very well. It's one of the white wines that can age. Both the stainless steel versions and the oak versions. So there are different versions that you can make this wine. Okay. And the older wines could taste like, a burgundy, white burgundy.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, now let me ask you about the Grand Reserve Naoussa. 2007 is what's available in the United States and Canada.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So Naoussa is the region my great-grandfather started from. So the business started in, as you said, in 1879. So it started from Naoussa, which is the region that produces the Xinomavro grape, or Zinomavro. And then in the 80s, it is when where my father and uncle back then decided to grow the business in the main wine-growing regions of Greece, and this is why right now we have 6 wineries in Greece in the different regions.
Wow.
For example, we talked about Santorini.
Yes.
The Santorini island. Moschofilero is from Peloponnese. Antinia is the region. We have another winery in Crete, and then northern Greece.
Oh my gosh! Does your family employ a lot of people?
Yes. So there are different. So in its different area, there is a winery and a vineyard. Of course, we also work with growers in its area.
Okay. Okay. So the Naoussa from the Zinomavro grape is for people who like red wine with a lot of tannin, like a Syrah or a Shiraz or a Zinfandel. Would this be kind of a?
I would say that a lot of people compare it to the Nebbiolo grape.
Oh yes, okay. Because yes, that makes more sense.
It has these earthy characteristics. Sometimes it's light colored, but very intense, very tannic. Great food wine, great aging for this wine. I would say Nebbiolo. Some people compare it also with a Pinot Noir, but I believe that it's more comparable to a Nebbiolo grape.
Yes, because
than any other grape.
Because, as you said, it's strong tannin.
Yes.
And the aromas are it doesn't remind me anything of Pinot Noir. Olive, tomato juice, cinnamon, dry fig.
It's a yummy wine.
Christina Boutari, this has been our pleasure talking to you today, and we thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you.
We will have links up for you to learn more. The taste of the Grand Reserve Naoussa Boutari is a long aftertaste of dry nuts and cinnamon. Oh, get out a cheese course also with this wine. Thank you for listening to Wine and Dine. People, what do you think about that? Serving it with a cheese course? The Grand Reserve Naoussa, Christina.
Yes, I think it will. It's definitely a food wine. I mean, when I do tastings with this wine, people say, especially it's morning tastings.
Well, what do you serve? If you're cooking dinner and serving this wine? What would you cook to serve with this?
A nice steak.
Okay.
Great. Or even a little spicy food could go well, but definitely it's good with the meat. I mean, you can go crazy and you can have it with fish, but definitely like a nice filet or something that with a sauce that it's like with
how about lamb?
Lamb as well,
okay.
Of course, lamb. definitely.
Okay.
But I know in U.S. It's not lamb that it's usually. It's not as common, I think,
right.
as it is in Greece.
Totally,
for example.
yeah. We're cow people all the way in the United States.
Yeah.
Okay, now before we record this liner, let me ask you also: do you export to Asia?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
About 20% of my audience is listening from Asia. So good. Okay.
Yeah, we are exporting. Yes, actually, my cousin lives in. He moved in China, and he's importing our wines, and he worked there for the wines. So yes.
Okay. Okay.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it too much to ask because apart from the gabbies, we are also we're doing some at Disneyland. We're doing seminars, and there's a Greek opera celebration weekend at Disneyland. So I will be doing some seminars there. Would that be, I don't know how we can include that. I didn't have the time to tell you during our discussion.
When are the seminars at Disneyland?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, this one. Okay. I will be doing the seminars with these 3 wines you just talked. It's Naoussa, it's not Grand Reserve.
Okay. So then tell you what, let's record two separate liners, and I'll do one of them as a standalone, and get that playing right away, and then the other one I'll attach to the interview. So something like this. Hello, my name is Christina Boutari, and I am 3rd generation, 4th generation? Fifth. Okay, 5th generation of Boutari family of Boutari Winery in Greece, and I invite you to learn more about our wines online at boutari.com or whatever. And then do a separate one, and it could be a minute or two, whatever you want to say about Disneyland seminars.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to cut my mic, and you can start whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Now you can listen to Wine and Dine Radio while shopping at the grocery store or your neighborhood wine merchant. Wine and Dine Radio can be heard using your wireless internet on your cell phone. You're listening to iWineRadio. iWineRadio is a production of Food Tastes Better with Wine on the web at iWineRadio.com. Hey guys, I thank you for listening to iWineRadio, and we are still the only wine channel on iTunes Radio. If you go look under iTunes radio icon and scroll down to News and Talk Directory, and it's listed alphabetically, click on that and the stream comes up immediately. iWineRadio.com, where you can find links to individual guests. And if anyone's interested in advertising or becoming an underwriter or sponsor, please contact us at iWineRadio.com. We really, really appreciate your support. The more support we get, the more conversations I can have with fascinating people around the world, including you. If you have a story to tell that you'd like to share on iWineRadio, go to iWineRadio.com and contact us, and we'll go from there.